back to the Rim of Kuttah Podcast Uncensored. Okay, we're gonna be talking about the most dangerous man in history. That's what we're gonna be talking about in this podcast. We're gonna share a few things to build you men up because the reality of the matter is we have too many weak men in today's society. All right, make sure you hit the like button, share the video, share this podcast, get it out. All right, because we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Likewise, like the other ones, I'm always gonna play something in the beginning, help my people out. So yeah, if you got anything that you want to advertise, send it to Cutter Spoken Truth. We get it advertised. We here to help build our people up. Okay. We want to build up kings. We want to build up princesses. That's what the Most High require of us. And let me first and foremost say our praise to the Most High Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach. All right, bear with me. I gotta go to this. Let's get it. Panther Pride, what up? Let's get it. Again, thank everybody for the super chats. It's much appreciated. Okay, much appreciated. We make sure you send it out, send it out. Get everybody on. Let's get everybody home. Hit the likes, hit the lights. But yeah, let me go ahead and play this right quick. This young man, he's gonna become famous, and we're gonna make sure we get him out there. Name is Tanner Bands. I'm gonna have everybody banging this in their house, banging this in their car.
I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. Tenor bands, man.
Hey, drop it in the chat if you can hear it from Tanner Bands. We're gonna support this young brother.
Cause he kept doing all that pump faking. And drop so far, I have a different city, block shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. Drop a dub, nah, I got every stripper in here raking. A loose and tire, cause I'm tryna see your ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. Motivational shit talking, walked in the club, got your bitch on me. I walked through security, cause everybody know I got that blick on me. I'm drinking sunrise, cause I'm tryna see that sunrise. She a fun size, but I'm tryna see her bun size. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. Like, you hear my chains dangling? Look, bounce up and down, cause you know we tryna break the flow. Bounce up and down, cause you know we tryna break the flow. Bounce up and down, cause you know we tryna break the flow. Bounce up and down, cause you know we tryna break the flow. Tanner bands, man.
Tanner Bands.
Got the whole party, got the club, everybody, we up in this bitch jumping, man. Like, turn this shit up, man. Tell DJ Terry on them, turn this up, man. Like, you feel me? They know how I'm coming in this bitch. Tanner bands, man.
Tanner Bands. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna continue to support that brother. All right, let me come back on. Okay, I got my clothing line up and going. Alpha K brand. Make sure you go check that out. Support. And I'll drop it down in the description link. So make sure you go and support it. Okay. We gotta get this truth out. Make sure you send the link out. Send the link out. Get everybody on. Because we're gonna talk about the most dangerous man in society. Okay? most dangerous man in society. I'm wondering who is that? Can somebody tell me who it is? Can somebody in the chat tell me who it is? Who is the most dangerous man in society? Hmm? All right. Who is the most dangerous man in society? All right. So make sure we send it out. Send it out. We're going to start in a second. We're going to get this talking about it. We're going to get to talking about it, okay? Once again, drop it in chat if you want me to support your page, if you want me to support your whatever you got going on as it relates to your purpose, as it relates to your grind. Okay? We're trying to build our people up. All right. Again, welcome to the Rim of Kuttah podcast, uncensored. On this podcast, we give you the truth. We don't coddle people in their feelings and their emotions. If you want that, go to the church. Okay? The pastors in there, they're weak-minded, they are simps, they cater to the women, they have no backbone, they preach lies, keeping you dumbed down, keeping you silent, and wondering why we're not going nowhere. Come out of these churches, man. All right? Kuttah Spoken Truth, the Rim of Kuttah podcast is building a camp where we building kings, where we building princesses, where we building strong men, feminine women, where we able to take control of our own destiny, okay? Right? But today, the most dangerous man in history. Who is the most dangerous man in history? Who you think it is? The Rim of Kuttah podcast, I'm simply going to tell you who the most dangerous man in history. We think people like Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, Stalin, Fidel Castro, we think them people are the most dangerous man in history. That's what we think. The most dangerous man in history is a real masculine man. That's the most dangerous man in history. And this is where the Rim of Kuttah podcast uncensored trying to get you to become dangerous in history. And the reason why you're dangerous, a masculine man is a threat to this society. A threat to the society. It's a threat to the system, this matrix system. Yeah, man. We need to start our own country, man. Right? It's a dangerous to this matrix system. And I'm here trying to wake you the hell up. Wake you the hell up. Now, to become a dangerous man, there's a few things I want to talk about. Number one, your purpose. As a man, you have to be on your purpose. Hear me. If you're not on your purpose, you are a slave. You're a slave. You're a slave to this system if you're not working on your purpose. Okay? Because this system wants you caught up in pleasure, wants you caught up in entertainment, wants you caught up as a man into stuff that's related to having fun. And when you get caught up in the matrix of entertainment, when you get caught up in the matrix of having fun, when you get caught up in the entertainment, the matrix system of pleasure, life passes you by. This system sees you as a failure. This system sees you as weak because you refuse to get up off your ass and get to your purpose, man. Purpose shall always be over pleasure, no matter what. And you got to get to the place in your life where you reject hedonism. Hedonism, all right? Which would mean you giving yourself over to pleasure and pleasure alone. You got to reject it, man. You got to reject it. And I know a lot of you guys say, well, I'm making money. I'm sleeping with as many women I want to sleep with. You're still a slave because you're not moving in your purpose. You may be making money, you may be sleeping with as many women you want to sleep with, but you still is caught up in the matrix and working and building somebody else's purpose up. That's why you need to find out what's your purpose, what you got a passion for in life. As a man, to be dangerous in this world, you have to be on a mission. You have to be on a mission. And if you're not on a mission, I hate to tell you, oxygen. You're wasting your breath. Your whole life is existing to build somebody else up. So when is you gonna get up off your ass and get to it? Get to moving in your purpose? Huh? When you gonna crucify your flesh and realize purpose over pleasure? A lot of you guys looking up and ain't going nowhere. I know it ain't perfect English, but what it is what it is. 10 years about to pass you by and you still ain't accomplished nothing. Still ain't left your mark on the world. Still ain't left no impact on the world. Still walking around talking about what other people doing, where other people going. Man, you got a purpose. And when you become infused, inebriated with your purpose, you become dangerous to this system. Okay? And this system don't want you moving in your purpose. As long as this system keep you focusing on everything but your purpose, it can control your mind. It can keep you weak. It can keep you emotional. It can keep you docile. Okay, docile means you just giving your control over to the instructions of somebody else. You just submitting yourself to somebody else. Well, no. All right? And this is how a lot of you individuals are. You date more about pleasure than your purpose and wonder why you're not going nowhere. Wonder why you're going around in circles. Huh? Yeah, you may be releasing oxytocin. You may be releasing, the hormone or dopamine, all that type of stuff, but you're stuck. You're stuck. And you sit back, whining and crying, oh, me, having a pity party, woe is me. The man, and for that purpose, also the woman who get up and move in their purpose become dangerous. Listen, that was a time when Malcolm X was alive, right? Malcolm X was alive. This system said Malcolm X was the most dangerous man in America. I want you to think about that. The most dangerous man in America. They say, we never seen one man have that much power, that much influence. Why? It's not that Malcolm X was going into people's homes with guns, robbing them. It's not that Malcolm X was standing on the corner gang banging. It's not that Malcolm X was going from hole to hole, busting down these holes. No. Malcolm X was moving in his purpose, and because he's moving in purpose, people looked at him and like, that's something different about him. This is a man on a mission. And the government and the authorities, as it relates to police officers and whatnot, they say he's the most dangerous man in America. Go look me up. You see, you become dangerous when you are on a mission. You become dangerous when you're moving in your purpose. And when you get to the point where you stop trying to fulfill your life and base your life on pleasure and move in your purpose, watch how things turn out. I know a lot of people talking about it, but this is a must. This is a must for you to be a man. This is a must for you to be dangerous in this society. And too many of us, men, don't know what our purpose is, and we refuse to get up and move in our purpose. And that's why a lot of us are slaves. Slaves, man. Slaves. So number one, purpose have to be over pleasure. If you want to become dangerous And I'm talking to you, man, but women, you can glean from this also. If you want to be dangerous, move in your purpose. Purpose over pleasure. Get the hell off that social media. Come off of Facebook. Come off of Insta Live. Say no to TikTok. Stop tweeting. Develop your purpose. Move in your purpose. Then people will tweet about you. People will come to your TikTok and see what you're doing. People will be following you on Insta Live. People will want to be friends with you on Facebook. But you too busy doing all of this stuff when you should be building yourself up on your purpose. It's a divine mandate, man. It's a divine mandate. You're talking about everybody else when the people can talk about you. You got to come to realize you can be a star. You got to come to realize you could be that man. You could be that woman. But what the hell are you doing? You too busy focusing on all everybody else, right? Too busy focusing on everybody else when you should be building your purpose up. You're scrolling. But when you going to get to the place where people begin to scroll up on you, man? You giving all of your energy to all of these other people. And hell, these people on social media, they ain't doing nothing but lying anyway, but they got your attention. They got your energy. You know what? I sit down and tell my kids, man, the power of 15 minutes. I want y'all to start adding this to your repertoire. The power of 15 minutes. Every chance you get throughout the day, take 15 minutes and give it to your purpose. Take 15 minutes and give your mind to reading, studying, educating yourself as it relates to your purpose. The average, especially in the so-called Black community, the average person is addicted to social media. And if you would take that time and focus on your purpose, watch how dangerous you become. You become dangerous. And to go back to, like I said, you think Malcolm X spent that time? It was said that Malcolm X would go and get hotel rooms just to get away from his family to be focused. And they say when he was in a hotel room, he wasn't doing nothing but fasting, studying, he was seeking Allah, but the truth of the matter is you better seek Yahweh, okay? But anyway, he was studying, he was, sir, wasting time in ugly mood. Yeah, man. So he used to get away from his family, spend all that time focusing on his mission. His mission. And everybody, man, I'm so sick and tired of people complaining, crying about where they are in this life. Sick of people crying and complaining about their disposition in life. It's your fault. Purpose over pleasure. This is what need to keep ringing in your mind. Purpose over pleasure. Purpose over pleasure. When it's the other way around, you are a slave to this system. You are a slave to this matrix. You are a slave to this Babylonian system. So number one, purpose over pleasure. Number two, you have to build strength. You have to build strength as a man, okay? And you women listening too, as a man, you have to build strength. You have to build strength. Why? Because as a man, you're supposed to be a provider. As a man, you're supposed to be a protector. But a lot of you men are weak. Number two, you got to build strength. You got to build your physicality, your body. You have to build your mind. It's a shame that so many people are having mental breakdowns. Mental breakdowns. Because you feeding your mind all type of garbage. Feeding your mind, okay, excuse my language, bullshit. And when you feed your mind shit, what is shit? Shit supposed to be flushed down the toilet. But instead of y'all flushing that shit out of your life, y'all feeding your mind shit. And when you keep feeding your mind shit, you keep feeding your life shit, your life is going to be shitty. It's going to be shitty. As a man, you have to build yourself up, man. You got to build your mind. You got to build your body. And a lot of you guys walk around, I can't get a woman. Women always leaving me because you're weak. I can't get the job I want because you're weak. Ask yourself, when am I going to stop being weak? It's an epidemic of weak people. This society is plagued by weak individuals. Weak. Weak spiritually, weak mentally, weak physically, weak financially, weak in your family, weak in your social life. You're just weak. And every time you turn around, you are losing. You're losing. Let me find it. Let me show you. This is the problem for a lot of y'all. All right? This is y'all. Every time you turn around, you wake up in the morning. You leave work. Huh? You're losing. You lay down to go to bed. You're losing. And when the opportunity comes for you to seize the opportunity, you're weak. And you end up losing, man. You're like Mario. You're losing out here, man, because you are weak. They want you to go see this, and I'm gonna put together a message on it. Probably the next podcast, I'll talk about it. Win or die trying. That's what I'm gonna talk about the next podcast. Anyway, you're too busy listening to these people to keep you weak to say, go see a psychologist. Go see a psychologist. And every time you go there, they want you to open up and become more weak. Tap into your feelings. Tap into your emotions. Okay, next week, I want you to write down in the journal, okay? And next week, we're going to talk more about your emotions, more about your feelings. You're supposed to be going there to get stronger, but they're making you constantly weak. This society wants you to be weak. When this society puts you in a system where they got you going around, never getting better, never getting stronger, it can continue to control your life. It can continue to manipulate you. It can continue to keep you docile. And a lot of our people are weak. You don't stand up, especially men, you don't stand up for what you believe. Huh? You don't stand up for your moral compass. You don't stand up for no standards. Every time you turn around, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna fight. You weak. Listen, it's important for a man to have a warrior mindset. This is your mandate. This is how you become dangerous. You always should have a warrior mindset. You should always be ready for guerrilla warfare. You should be ready to go to war for your spirit, go to war for your mind, go to war for your finances, go to war for your family, go to war for your woman. Men today don't want to fight for nothing. But if you're going to be a dangerous man in today's society, you have to get some strength, man. Have to get some strength. Well, Kuttah, where I'm going to get strength from? You know Kuttah is an advocate for the scriptures. You get your strength from Yahweh. First and foremost, you get your strength from Yahweh. Philippians chapter 4, I can do all things through Yahweh that what? Strengthens me. You hear me? Strengthens me. You get your strength from the Most High. Okay? I don't care what all the other people saying. Kuttah is giving you truth. You get your strength from the Most High. The Most High. Number 3, hear me and hear me loud. Okay? Hear me loud. Number 3, legacy over lust. Huh? Legacy over lust. You hear me? Always. Always. Thank you for subscribing, man. Help me get the truth out, man. We're trying to wake up a generation. Okay? Always legacy over lust. Legacy over lust. As a man, to become dangerous, you have to build a legacy, man. A legacy. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me. Your legacy is eternal. Men, it's eternal. Unfortunately, we're living in a society where women are temporary. If you do something that women don't like, they gone, man. They here today and gone today. At least back in my dating time, I'm just gonna go back to my dating time. At least they here today and gone tomorrow. No, hell, a woman here today and they gone today, especially if you don't do something they don't like. They scatter. You hear me? They scatter. And I got a message lined up to help you fellas to understand that women no longer is fighters, they are runners. Women are runners. The modern day woman is a runner. We're gonna talk about it. But anyway, legacy is eternal. Understand, friends, unfortunately, they are temporal because friends is not built the way they used to be built. Women are temporary. Women not built the way they used to be built. All right? Your road dogs are temporal, but your legacy are eternal. You hear me? Eternal. Understand, when you build your legacy up, that's what gonna last. That's what gonna last. You hear me? For instance, let me see. I might got it over here. Wrote a book, Legacy. Even when I'm dead and gone, this book's still gonna be in the earth, helping people out. I got another book around here I wrote called Aphrodite. Right here, you see it right here? That's the name of the first book, Aphrodite. The keys to being a self-sufficient man and a leader within a relationship. Still gonna be in the earth, even when I'm dead and gone. That's my legacy. Guess what else? My kids is my legacy. No matter what, they always gonna be mine. That's legacy. And you gotta focus on your legacy more than lust. More than lust. And a lot of you guys get so caught up in lust that time pass you by and your legacy never rise to the occasion. Never rise to the occasion. You hear me? Legacy is the most important thing, naturally speaking, because legacy is tied to your purpose. Naturally speaking, legacy is the most important thing outside of seeking the face of the Most High. Yes, I hear some of you, my woman. Yes, your woman supposed to be tied to your legacy. This is the way the divine Kai set it up. Your woman supposed to be tied to your legacy. But here go the kicker. Okay, I get back to that what I just mentioned. Here go the kicker. The reason why a lot of women don't stay with you, the reason why a lot of women don't stay and leave because you don't have a legacy. Understand, women want to be tied to something bigger than themselves. Something tied to something bigger than you. Your purpose, your legacy is bigger than you. And so if you got a woman, they would, and I hate to put her out here like this, okay, but it's just the reality. When you got a legacy, women would tolerate more because they rather stay tied to that legacy than to leave. Yes, I know men are possessive. The scripture talk about in Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, when a man get a wife, he has got in possession. So that's why man is possessive over anyone. But women are possessive too. Women are possessive too. Okay? And they're not going to let another woman come and benefit off the legacy, especially if they help build the legacy. You hear me? Case in point. Martin Luther King. Man, everybody know Martin Luther King was out here busting down these Edomite whores. He was busting down the Edomite whores. Coretta Scott knew it. Huh? There's jokes everywhere talking about this. There's comedy everywhere talking about this. There's many people that was part of his camp. They all don't talk. They know Martin Luther King was out here busting down the whore, but you think Coretta Scott left? No, because she was tied to the legacy. The legacy was more important. And guess who benefited off? She benefited off of it. She took his legacy and kept pushing it even after he was killed. So the reason why a lot of you guys, hear me, lose women walk away from you, or hypergamy sit in and they go after somebody else because you ain't focusing on your legacy. You too busy putting lust over your legacy. And I'm not necessarily talking about lust to just women. You can lust out after every day, man. You can lust after food, especially you big guys, man. You know, there's a joke out here. Big guys put food before they, you know, right? But at the end of the day, legacy have to be over lust, man. Have to be over lust. So number one, purpose over pleasure. Number two, build your strength. Number three, legacy over lust. Number four, you have to have a sovereign mindset. You got to have a sovereign mindset. Listen to me. If somebody control your time, if somebody control your location, if somebody control your paycheck, you are a slave. You hear me? You're a slave. You're not sovereign in your mindset. Understand that? And the matrix want to keep you in this disposition. Now I get it. Well, Kuttah spoke the truth. I gotta work. Yes, I understand you gotta work. But this is where a lot of you men are weak. You don't have a sovereign mindset. You go to work and endure and tolerate all of that bull crap that you get. And at the end of the day, you wore out. At the end of the day, you're tired. At the end of the day, you emasculated. Why? Because you fear losing a job. Real men don't move in fear. They have a sovereign mindset. Have a sovereign mindset. And having a sovereign mindset means you have an abundant mindset. Excuse me. To have a sovereign mindset, you can't be moved or motivated by fear. You can't be controlled by fear. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse around the first, 5th and 7th verse says, the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. As a man, you can't move by fear. Thanks for the super chat. You can't move by fear, man. And the reason why a lot of people allow their time to be controlled, allow their location to be controlled, allow their paycheck to be controlled by somebody else, because they are afraid. They are afraid. And the matrix want to keep you in this position. I got to move. I got to be at work at this time. I got to be at this location at this time, because if I don't, I won't get a paycheck. That's why Kuttah spoke the truth, telling you, get on your purpose, build up your legacy. When you get on your purpose and build up your legacy, now you're going to start creating more streams of income. And when you continue to build it up, those streams of income from being on your purpose and building up your legacy, guess what? Now you are sovereign in your disposition. You don't have to move at the dictate and the whimsicality of other people. You don't. Okay? And being a dangerous man, this is what required. This is what is required, man. You hear me? This is required. Okay? I'm not boasting. I'm not bragging. I got, let me see, 5 different streams of income right now that I'm trying to build up. Okay? And some of them is working better than other ones. Well, guess what? Kuttah spoke the truth. Gonna continue to build them up. Gonna continue to push them. Because they part of my purpose. They part of my legacy. And my purpose, my legacy is trying to leave generational wealth for my legacy that's coming up behind me, my children. You hear me? So, in order to do that, I can't be afraid. I can't be moved by the fear of other people. And as a man, you should not also. Some of you guys is so afraid of your women, you're afraid to move. You should have been moved, man. The location that you at right now is not suitable to make you prosperous. So sometimes you got to change your location. But this woman, my woman don't want. If she don't want to move, the hell with her. The hell with her. You mean to tell me you gonna stay stagnated? Because anything that's stagnating, anything that's not growing is dead. Okay? You mean to tell me you're not gonna change your location for the sake of a woman? What sense does that make? You gotta have a sovereign mindset. You can't be afraid. Can't be scared, man. Oh, if I lose your job, I don't think I'm gonna get another. What the hell is you talking about, man? And these days of time, people don't want to work anyway. There's always another job. There's always another position like the position you're in. And you walking around with a scarcity mindset? You walking around afraid? You walking around scared? Then you got people. That's why Kuttah spoke the truth is free. A lot of people hate it, man. Especially these weak, jelly-back preachers. They hate it. That I'm free. Because I'm not afraid to say, I can't say that because I'm afraid I'm going to lose people. Huh? What is we talking about, man? Huh? What is we talking? You afraid we're going to lose people? All right, I got to take an intermission right quick, man. My nose is tripping. All right, give me a second, man. Bear with Kuttah spoken truth. We got to take an intermission. I can't keep going on like this. All right, so just a second. Listen to Taliban's right quick.
I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. 10 bands, man. Balenciaga off-white laces, that spell shoelaces. I rocked his ass cause he kept doing all that pump faking. It drops so far, I have a different city, block shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. Drop a dub, nah, I got every stripper here raking. Lose that tire cause I'm tryna see your ass shaking. I can't come in this club if it ain't no ass shaking. Motivational shit talking, walked in the club, got your bitch on me. I walked through security cause everybody know I got that blick on me.
Taliban. Oh, Taliban. Yeah, man, but back to it. Listen, man, you got to be sovereign, man. It's mandatory. You got to be sovereign in your mindset. You women, too, you got to be sovereign. I can't do this because I'm afraid my boss is going to fire me. You know what Kuttah spoken truth said? Number one, you better give it for man. Isaiah 4:1 is about to come to fruition. Matter of fact, it's already starting. You worrying about your boss going to fire you? You know what Kuttah spoken truth says? Okay? You know what he says? Fuck your boss, man. That's what I say. All right. And I know some of you going, he using harsh language. What the hell is you talking about, man? Don't listen. A lot of you guys, I hate to go down this route. A lot of you guys, especially you Christians, talking about don't say this, gonna say that. But when you go look at 2 Corinthians chapter 11, I believe it is, around the 6th verse, it says, though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. Okay? Don't come to me and talk about that and use that type of language in the Bible. First and foremost, they spoke Hebrew. So what the hell is you talking about? Okay? Stop with that eating. A lot of you so enslaved to falsehoods, to lies. Okay? And Kuttah spoken truth is here to wake you up out of your lies. Come out of that oppressed mindset. Proverbs chapter 3, around the 33rd verse says, choose none of the ways of your oppressor. If my oppressor would enslave me, do I expect him to give me the truth? Then you guys, you come on here and fight Kuttah spoken truth because he's giving you the truth. I hear Paul in Galatians chapter 4 says, do I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? I'm not your enemy, I'm your friend. You hear me? Because truth is what's going to make us free, not set you free. That's what they say. The truth shall set you. No, when you go look at that verse in John chapter 8, I think it's around the 32nd verse, it said the truth will make you free. This is the reason why people don't want to hear the truth, because it demands change. And people don't want to change because they are comfortable. And this is the problem with a lot of you men. You see, the Most High gave me the ability to fix it up. And I'm still talking about sovereignty, having a sovereign mindset. The reason why a lot of you guys don't have sovereign mindset because you are comfortable. You don't want to change. You're comfortable where you are. You have to get to a place in your life where you're no longer comfortable. I told you, when building strength, you have to have a warrior mindset. This is not the time for peace. This is the time to be fighting. You ought to build up your mind. You ought to build up your body as if your life depends on it. Why? Because your life do depend on it. Your life depends on you being strong mentally. Your life depends on you being strong physically. You hear me? So, in order to have a sovereign mindset, you have to have truth. And when the truth comes, make the necessary change. Stop looking at everybody else. And as Michael Jackson said, look at the man in the mirror. This is what men do. Look at themselves in the mirror and say, I'm going to make a change for once in my life. Yeah, but let me stop playing. Number 5, reject. You have to reject feminism. What is feminism? Can I give you the core of feminism? Feminism, the outward sign of feminism was supposed to empower women. But that's not the case. Feminism, at its root, feminism was pushed in this society to weaken men. You hear me? You guys think feminism was used to empower women. No, feminism was pushed in this society to weaken men. So in order to be a dangerous man, you have to reject feminism. Why? Because feminism wants men to be women while elevating women into a goddess disposition. This is why you have so many simps. This is the reason why you have so many men pandering after women. Because when they put feminism into this world, it made men weak. It turned men into women and women into gods. What you think about that? That's what it did. So you still see Eve behavior. Anybody know the scripture? You know what I'm talking about. You still see the Eve behavior being perpetuated in our women because of you men. When you go back and look at it in Genesis chapter 2 and Genesis chapter 3, when the serpent, and a lot of you guys is listening to falsehood, listening to lies, and then you especially allowing your women to listen to lies, okay? The Verdict podcast just talked about this. When they talk about women too busy listening to men and they're going to get got by the serpent because they're not wise enough. Go check out the latest show on Verdict podcast, and they're not wise enough, okay? Because you're in a situation, because you're in a problem, doesn't mean you ought to be listening to the serpent. I don't care how bad your situation is. I don't care how unseemly your situation seems as it comes to coming out of it. Don't listen to the serpent. The serpent gonna have you doing things that's gonna further get you in trouble. And in many cases, worse trouble. And a lot of you right now is in a disposition that you are, is in the situation that you are because you listen to the serpent instead of listening to the truth. So feminism has always been in the earth. This Western hemisphere just pushed it and shoved it down your throat. The serpent used feminism in the beginning of times to bring chaos, used feminism in the beginning of time to bring a collapsed society, used feminism in the beginning of time to destroy people. And the reason why we have to die right now, yeah, you got to die. That's why Kuttah spoke of Tuesday. Try to really get you off your ass to get to your purpose. Really trying to get you off your ass to build your legacy. Huh? Really trying to get you off your lives to build a strong mentality. Trying to get you off your ass to get into a sovereign position. Because one day you have to die. Why? Because feminism put us in this place. Not the woman per se, but her listening to the spirit of the serpent that brought feminism into the world. When you look at Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, it said of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Now, through her is really talking about the feminism that come through her. And that's why in here, in this Western hemisphere, the society is collapsing, the society is dying because we have men that refuse to reject feminism. Now watch this. I told you feminism means turning men into women. That's why you got a lot of men that's growing up, end up being homosexual, end up being weak, end up being faggots, excuse my language, but this, I got to give it to you raw dog, okay? We're not going to censor the truth. We have too many men growing up acting like women. They are emotional, okay? And my baby just sent me that you're going to show you. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to read it right quick just to prove to y'all. Listen, I was sent from her. It says, a guy killed his girlfriend, ex-husband, while the victim was helping her vehicle. Why? Because emotionalism. He has given himself to feminism. Feminism is meant to turn men into women and to make them act like women, to conduct themselves like women, all in an emotional distraught. And it was meant to make women into goddesses, to be worshipped. That's what the serpent did in the beginning. Now, let me break this down. When the serpent came to the woman, when he tempted her to eat off the tree, watch this. Because a lot of you guys think feminism about women becoming men. That's not, no, that's not what it is. Feminism was never meant to empower women to be men. Okay? It was empowering women to become gods, goddesses, to be worshipped as God, the Most High, and was pushed to make you men the women. Now watch this. When the serpent came to the woman in the garden, he didn't say, if you eat off this tree, you're going to be like Adam. See, this is where a lot of y'all messed up at. I'm giving you the truth. The serpent didn't tell the woman, when you eat off this tree, the day you eat off it, you're going to become like Adam. Adam was already the ruler of the world. No. The serpent came to her and said, when you eat off this tree, the Most High know you're going to become like him. And you're going to be above Adam. He didn't say when you get off the tree, you're going to be just like Adam. No, you're going to become like the Most High, which is going to put you above the man. Feminism has always been in the earth from the beginning of time. So that's why I'm calling for men. The most dangerous man is the man that rejects feminism. Feminism. You hear me? No, this don't mean you hard to your woman. Talk about be out slapping. No, that's not being no strong man. That don't mean you put your hands on a woman. No. That's not being no strong man. Being a strong man is knowing that you are masculine. Masculine. You are a leader. You are here meant to have a ruling mentality. You are meant to be here as a king. You hear me? And you're not here to worship a woman. You're here to lead your woman. You here to protect your woman. You here to provide for your woman. Not to be a beta, not to be a simp for her. Okay? And Adam, where art thou? Where art thou? Come here, baby, let me eat the fruit with you. Instead of Adam just saying, listen, baby, you have gone off. You have messed up. I'm in your head, and I'm about to put you in your place. You had no business listening to the serpent. If you wanted knowledge, you should have came to me. This is the problem. A lot of you fellas don't have knowledge. You don't know shit. You don't read. Damn it, go get my book, man, so you can become a real man. Alpha Diaries. Damn it, go get my book so you become a man, okay? But a lot of you guys don't know shit, don't want to know shit. You know, going to school, that's fine and dandy, but I'm talking about really educating yourself. And because you don't know shit, your woman spend more time getting knowledge from the serpent instead of you because you don't have no knowledge. Adam said, Eve, you effed up. Now it's time for me to put you in your place. When you want to know something, you come to me. You hear me? That's what the scriptures teach us anyway. Go study 1 Corinthians chapter 14. If your woman gonna learn anything, let her ask her husband at home. Okay? And I know a lot of you simps, a lot of you simping preachers, man, I pray the Most High just get rid of you, man. Get rid of you. Okay? You put these women up, let them teach, and all this, man, you are gone off, man. You wicked. A fiery judgment awake you. Man, I had somebody, man, tell me, oh, a woman can preach as long as she under me. What the hell is you talking about? Show me that in the scripture. You make up scriptures because you don't want to lose members, man. This is not what being a man all about. Listen, I love my baby. I love my baby. But as a man, this has to be your mindset. This has to be your mindset. You can't worry about who coming or going. As long as you got the Most High, your purpose, your legacy, you will make it, man. You'll make it. I know I digress a little bit, but it is what it is. Number 6, you have to be more than a conqueror. If you're not conquering, you are being conquered. If you're not conquering, you are being conquered. Life is not checkers, man. It's chess. And you got to have a keen mindset to be able to strategize. You hear me? To be able to strategize your every move so you can win. And a lot of you is being conquered in life. You hear me? Because you don't know how to sit down and plan. You don't know how to sit down and strategize. You can't just wing life. You have to have a plan. And then some of you are being conquered in life, as I say again, because you're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. You hear me? You are too damn comfortable. You hear me? Too comfortable. Listen, when you are comfortable, you'll never win. You have to have a competing spirit, which means you are competent. A lot of you guys are not competent. You need to be told what to do. Okay, what you say I got to do? You got to be told where to go. Where you say I have to go? Huh? You ought to be competent in your life where you figure out what you have to do. Okay? You either gonna conquer or you going to be conquered. You don't chase the bag, you become the bag. You don't be a follower, you build a following. You hear me? You don't build other brand, you become the brand yourself. And most of us, unfortunately, we are being conquered. We've been conquered. You're conquering your finances. Why? Because as soon as you get your finances, it's going to everybody else's purpose, going to everybody else's brand, going to everybody else's website, and it's never going to yours. Why? You don't got one. You don't have a brand. You don't have a purpose. And this matrix system have you thinking that, especially those of you that's in clothing, have you thinking that Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all these people is the listen. You are being conquered. You've been conquered. You've been conquered. You go to everybody's restaurant and spend your money at every restaurant when you know damn sure you cook way better than them, but you refuse to step out on faith. Start that food truck. Start that restaurant. You've been conquered in your finances. You've been conquering your social life. When you sit down and look at it, you know you're more gifted than all of these people out here faking it, the funk, but yet you still go and support them. So in a social standpoint, you've been conquered because that's supposed to be you. So when is you gonna start conquering? You're on social media being conquered, you're liking everybody, you're hearting everybody, when they supposed to be doing it to you because you got the real gift. In this life, you either conquering or you're being conquered. And most people underneath the sound of my voice are being conquered, and then you're complaining about where you are in life. That's not how you become a dangerous man. Okay? Last and not least, you have to find your tribe. Oh, I know this hard, man. I know Kuttah spoke the truth. You did a message talking about Sirach chapter 6 says, before you get friends and whatnot, you got to prove them. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. But you still need to be seeking to find a tribe. Why? Because at the state that you are wearing yourself out. How Kuttah spoke the truth? Everybody looking to you to give them a kind word. Everybody looking to you when they get in trouble financially. Everybody's looking to you to be their psychologist. Everybody looking to you, but where are your tribe? Come on, fellas, where your tribe at? Where your brotherhood at? Or can I let you in on a secret? Because remember, Psalms 42, D quality to D, the energy that you put off into the world, the energy you're going to get out. The reason why you can't really find a good tribe because of who you are. Ooh, man. If you fake, you're not going to find a real tribe. Okay? The energy you put off, you're not going to find a real tribe. You hang around what you are like. Birds of the same feather flock together. You find that in Sirach chapter 13, and I believe it's Sirach chapter 27, whatever the case may be. But you are what you are. When you're looking for a tribe, you have to avoid weak men. You hear me? When you're looking for a tribe, you have to avoid emotional men. When you're looking for a tribe, you have to avoid backbiters. But you got to find a tribe that's loyal, that stands on honor. You hear me? That believe in a bro code. And for you sisters that listen, that believe in sister code. There are so many iffy people out here. There's so many jealous people out here. There's so many envious people out here. And because of that, it behooves you to really seek the face of the Most High and find you a tribe that when you get weak, they can build you up. You hear me? When you get weak, they can build you up. When you need a helping hand, you're not the only one getting a helping hand, but they can give you a helping hand. And when you're wrong, fellas, this definitely what we need. When you're wrong, they can come around you and say, look here, brother, you are wrong. Look here, sister, you are wrong. Get out your damn feelings. Get out your damn emotions. You are wrong. Go back and make it right. We as men need to find a tribe that will stand on loyalty and that will be men of honor. There's honor among kings. So where's your tribe? Where's your tribe? I think it's maybe Romans chapter 13, verse 1, or Romans chapter 14, verse 1 or 2, where it says, the strong must bear the infirmities of the weak. We need strong tribes. Strong tribes. But yeah, man, this podcast was about the most dangerous man in history. The most dangerous man in history is a man that put purpose over pleasure, that builds strength, legacy over lust, having a sovereign disposition, who reject feminism, who is conquering and not being conquered, and the one that find their tribe. If you got these 7 things, man, you're the most dangerous person on earth. And this society don't want you to be dangerous. Don't want you to be dangerous. It wants you to be weak. It wants you to be a slave to the system. You hear me? It wants you to be slave to the system. Understand that. Okay? Romans 15 and 1. Okay? It wants you to be slave to a system. But from this day on, this moment will say, I'm going to become dangerous. Come hell or hot water, I'm going to become dangerous. I'm no longer going to go along to get along. If I had to stand by myself, all the great people had to stand by themselves at one point in their life. But when they stood alone and when they made it, then they had people standing with them. Even though they may be standing with them for whatever reason, they stood with them. Don't be a follower, be your own follower. Don't be the one liking, be the one who they like. Don't be building other brands, you become the brand. Don't be chasing the bag, you become the bag. Don't be conquered, you do the conquering. You hear me? Don't need motivation, you become the motivator. Don't follow trends, you become the trendsetter. All right, once again, man, thank you for tuning in to the Rim of Kuttah Uncensored Podcast. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribing. All right, make sure you share the video, get this out. Until then, peace.